Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speed here, and today I got a Crusader game here. We're going to be following a SLARK that went 12-2, and this video is going to be a little bit different. Instead of doing your average analysis where I just go through the match and point out a couple things you guys could do better, I'm literally going to watch 15 minutes of a 12-2 SLARK and point out everything that he does wrong that I notice. Everything. Because I don't think people really understand how many things they're doing wrong per second. Not per minute, not per 10 minutes, not some tower push. Every second you could be doing something better. And I know that sounds overwhelming. You don't have to learn everything from this video and instantly implement it, but I want to awaken you guys. I want to show you. I want to show you heaven, paradise. Nah. But in all seriousness, I really am passionate about making this particular video, because I know for a fact that a lot of players, especially people with negative mentalities, will look at a game like this, they'll say, oh, I went 12-2, I stomped, the game was 22 minutes, I deserve to gain a lot of MMR, I should be much higher than I am. And they don't realize, even when they go 12-2, you still are playing at about the rank you're at. And let's get into it. By the way, guys, if you want to become absolutely broken, well, what you need to do is sign up to the GameLeap website down below right now. The reason why you should do that is because every single day we post a new video there. Content that you simply just will never get on YouTube, we post every single day to the website. It's really top tier stuff. I'm very proud of what I make over there. We also have other creators, many of my great friends who are top tier Dota players, creating guides about different heroes, different roles, different items, skill builds, talent builds, everything you need to know to get to the next rank. So if you feel a little bit lost, you're a little bit stuck, click the link down below. I'll see you guys there. And now let's get into the video. First things first, I definitely dislike Essence Shift at level 1 almost every single game. I definitely don't like him pre-skilling it. That in and of itself is bad. Just in case you get ganked at a rune, you could obviously take it, purge Frostbite, purge Slaughter Stun, and potentially live. On top of that, in general, the ability to secure range creeps earlier on with Death Pact, in my opinion, is much more valuable than the occasional Essence Shift stack. Now, I will say, in low MMR games, like, there is the potential of getting a lot more stacks because, and this isn't that low, but, you know, in your average MMR game, there's a higher chance you're going to get stacks just because people are going to be out of position. He's also rushing Wraith Band. Usually I prefer 1 on SLARK because this hero has mana issues and sustain issues. But I will say against Slaughter Tusk, I honestly think the Wraith Band rush for the extra 2 armor and attack speed is actually okay. So yeah, let's see what he does. So, okay, decent denying here. I like that he aggro denies, good. The Slaughter is absolutely AFK. I don't think Slaughter has heard of creep aggro yet. He'll figure that out eventually. Okay, fine last hit, missed the deny. Next up, going for the range creep. This is what I'm talking about. So like, I don't know what Tusk is doing. Tusk is AFK, but that would be the situation where, you know, the Tusk could have punished a SLARK going for the range creep because SLARK did not have his Q to burst it down. But, you know, overall, I do like how much SLARK is pressuring the denies. It is very easy to go for denies in this bracket because literally no one pulls creep aggro. But, I mean, either way, it's still good, okay? Missed the CS, but that's fine. Okay. Yeah, I mean, nothing's happening yet, so nothing too crazy, but basically the main things I'd say is there's no pressure being put on him, so honestly, it's not too surprising that he had a good game. Okay, next thing, oh my god. I really dislike Pounce Essence Shift. I know why people do this, I get the concept, I understand why they think it works, it's because their opponents kind of suck, but either way, let's get into it. It's okay to adapt sometimes to your game. So, he's got Essence Shift here, Marcy gets this God Pounce, he just seems kind of slow here, like, kind of mispositioned. Why doesn't he hit it? Oh my god. All right. I have to go back. Holy bad. Oh my god. All right. So, you never pounce this early. The only time you pounce this early is if it's the setup for something else. Like, for instance, you could pounce a Quap so she can't blink out to set up for like a Tiny combo, right? Let's say your Tiny is ganking some mobile hero, right? Then it could be okay. But other than that, which is like very niche, and most people won't even think about that, other than that, you never pounce like this. Because right here, right, so Slaughter stops, you'll see right here. Slaughter stops to man up, okay? I think he thought Slaughter was going to stun, so he backed up, which is like kind of reasonable, but also just bad, because you should just tank it and hit him anyway. You know, he's so wildly out of position. You have armor buff from tower as well. Like, this is also a reason why you don't really need Pounce early on. It's kind of a shit ability. It does leash them for 2.5 seconds, but they can kind of run away. You know what I mean? They can create a distance, so it's barely 2.5 seconds of disable. You'll see what I'm saying, but here, it just leashes the guy. He could have just autoed him. Basically, the Pounce, if you're going for a kill, you're trying to optimize autos, you get the most auto attacks off if you pounce and use the actual distance you get from pouncing. Does that make sense? get more autos off over time if you don't just pounce right away, because he completely wastes the value of how far you go with pounce. On top of that, the leash is basically not needed here because the guy was already out of position. So they end up getting the kill anyway, but just completely improper execution. If Slaughter just retreated, they wouldn't have got the kill. Oh my god, this chase is so bad. Oh my, the last hits! Get some freaking last hits and denies. Oh my, no. How many did he miss there? That was at least 2. It might have been 3. 1. Was it 3? Nah, it was 2. Okay. Still, oh god, it hurts my soul. Because this hero is so item timing specific. Like, SLARK with treads is a wildly different hero. I mean, every hero with treads is different, but you see what I'm saying? Like, this hero requires attack speed to function. And so you want to build up, like, you know, your treads and wand as soon as possible. Oh my god. Oh my god, the Pounce. Not only did he miss, you might be like, lol W, he missed. No, it's not even that. Like, even if he hit it, it still would have been shit. Because he didn't even have to pounce. The guy was literally behind him. He was literally behind him. Oh my god. Alright, let's keep going. So, here, this is bad positioning. He's literally face planting. He currently has no pounce. Okay? He has no pounce, and he's melee range of a Slaughter Tusk. Yeah, as I said, with no pounce. So if they go on him with tag team right now, he has no way to disengage. They could easily do at least half, if not kill him, of his HP, depending on like how well they play it. And so, yeah, they should 100% run him here. Do they have? Gosh, guys, you're like, why am I low MMR? You don't cast your freaking spells. You don't cast your spells. Like, literally, they could have just basically killed SLARK here. This is their opportunity to go on him, especially with no pounce. They can force it, you know? Tag team is not as good when pounce is up because, well, they can pounce away. But it wasn't there, and they still don't go. Actually, great autos there. Those were nice autos. Little sneaky autos. Slaughter was going for a CS. Okay. Shitty pounce again, but, you know, it is what it is. Literally not attack moving. Guys, when you hit, you move in between hits. Otherwise, you're going to lose auto attacks into the engagement. So, shitty pounce. Okay, we know this. Okay. And then he's supposed to hit and then move to here. Okay. And then hit, and then move to here. Because you're trying to move in the direction they're going to go to. So if they're going to go this way, then you should hit and move to here. If they're going to go this way, you should hit and move to here. Because you're clearly winning this engagement. You're a full HP SLARK to a half HP Tusk. By the way, this is when you'd want to pounce, right? Now, when there's like, if you're here and he's here, then you pounce. But either way, okay, they get the kill. You know, this is basically just because Tusk and Slaughter are not casting anything. And SLARK naturally mans up decently well to these heroes. But otherwise, this would be a disaster. Okay, another kill attempt. Okay, wasted pounce again. He used it early again. Let's look at why this was so poor. So they go in, I mean, basically the main issue was he didn't Q in anticipation of Slaughter Stun. It's actually very important if you're in this matchup to do that, because Slaughter Stun, it slows attack speed and slows you after the stun. So it only stuns for 1 second, but then after that, it slows your attack speed and your movement speed for actually a decent amount of time. So that's what you want to purge. It's actually the attack speed and movement speed slow. The odds that you're going to perfectly time the stun and immediately purge it is low. It's not even a long stun. It's the afterwards disables, the slow and the attack speed slow, that you are more interested in purging. So he just completely purged nothing. So he just wasted the purge and then waste pounce as per usual and then didn't attack move. So he didn't really do anything right in that engagement. Now he's just going to man up till he dies or something. Okay, he lives, but oh god. Alright, so let's continue on. So we're 5 minutes in here. He's definitely ahead, so you'd expect him to apply a decent amount of aggression. He goes for the 2-point essence build. I'm fine with that. I think it's a good lane. I'm going to stop commenting on the Pounce. I mean, it's fine. Obviously, he just doesn't understand the spell. It is what it is. But the big thing here is I really wish he had a stick. I am concerned that he's not actually going to buy one, considering he's buying, you know, treads before it. Sometimes you can buy treads before wand. Especially in lanes where they don't cast a lot of spells. That's completely reasonable and fine. Oh, don't tank the creeps. But that's totally fine. Oh my god, he has 3 points essence. Okay, don't do this, guys. It's just too much. It's way too much. Yes, essence scales really well, so it's really tempting because it doubles at every point. Not at max, but at every other point, it doubles, right? 15, 30 to 60. So it's nice. It feels really good. But the problem is you're gonna have a hard time farming. The only games this works is when you're getting like 1,000,000 kills, which this guy does. And you might be like, oh, but then it was correct. No, because if the enemy team isn't bots, and if you understand that SLARK is really not good at fighting early game, then you'll realize why it's bad. SLARK's not a good early game fighter. Like, it takes him forever to actually start doing damage. for the most part, right? Like, if people cast their spells synergized, then SLARK's just shit. But sometimes it works out in this bracket. Also, to be fair, once again, I will give him a bit of the benefit of the doubt. Hopefully he doesn't do this every game, and this was like an adaptation to the fact that, hey, there's 2 melee heroes, I sort of man up too well, this is reasonable. Then it's reasonable. So I don't mind that. Oh my god, dude, he'll never use Pounce correct. It's fine. Okay, I'm curious about how he's going to deal with the mana problems, because SLARK has some of the biggest mana problems in Dota. They also nerfed the mana. Basically, they made it cost more mana to cast your Q every single time, so it's actually really rough. Looks like he's going to be solving that problem with mangoes, which I don't hate the occasional mango, but this is his 4th mango. That is 280 net worth. That is the cost of stick and a mango. That is the cost of Sage's Mask and 2 mangoes, approximately. And so, he's just overbuying mana regen. This is why you need stick. Not only does it just give you an item you want for the entirety of the game, for team fights, for laning stage, for, you know, whole game, it also gives you mana so you don't have to buy mangoes, right? Like, now he has to put all the gold he's buying into mangoes just, well, into mangoes, and he's just instant popping the mangoes. He bought 3 mangoes, and like, I don't hate mangoes, but too much is too much. You only want to buy the occasional mango for the occasional spell. If you literally never have mana, it means you're not buying stick, it means you're not buying Sage's Mask for, you know, either a Falcon Blade or Echo Saber. I generally like one or the other on SLARK for mana regen, and that's the items you need. Raindrops, Sage's Mask, stick. If you buy those, you won't have to ship 18 mangoes. Is he actually going to go treads into Shadowblade? That is... oh my god, I remember these days. It actually makes me almost, you know, a little bit happy to see this. I remember these days. Oh my god! Holy shit, he just instant pops every mango. Dude, they give HP regen. Like, yes, you don't need the HP regen as much on SLARK, but sure, if you're, like, but hey, what if you're manning up, right? You're taking a team fight. That HP regen could come into play. I know it's a small thing, but that's the type of stuff that triggers me the most. It's like, so, alright. Why did he ult? Why did he ult? Why did he ult? What are you ulting for? Oh my god, he's diving. Holy shit. Why didn't no one TP? Oh, that was... Alright, my man is a Chad. Damn, this guy is a man. See, the thing is, I can guarantee, I know how this guy's game goes. Alright, like his pubs, this is how they go, okay? He either goes 19-0 or like 19-2, which is the end score of this game, or he goes like 3-12, and then he's like, my team sucks. Maybe not, you know, I don't know this guy, obviously. This is just a random replay, but, you know, it's just like, oh my god, it's so aggressive. More mangoes! This guy's the mango man. Oh my god. He needs a mana neutral item. It's actually really important to try to get a mana neutral item on SLARK. Dust! For what? Clings? Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, Clings came to lane. That's alright. I can respect that. I also can like that he didn't fully max out Essence Shift, even though I think 2 points is the good place for it. But, you know, it's not terrible. Let's see what he does in terms of efficiency now. To be fair, CS is pretty good, honestly. Why did he ult? Like, it's okay to ult for the movement speed to secure kills. 24% movement speed does help you get kills. You'll see pros do this. Honestly, not a terrible Pounce. It's not a great Pounce, just for some perspective. You don't want to cast Q and Pounce generally at the same time, almost ever. Because they both are like gap close abilities essentially and disengage abilities, so when you stack them it's almost always bad. Yes, there's situations to stack them, but when you're going for a kill, usually not. So like here, he was already basically in auto range and he has an OOV, so he'd already slow her. So you would want to Q, hit her, right? And then when she frostbites you, or looks like she's gonna frostbite you, assuming she didn't do it during the dark pack, then you ulti. Right, but he kind of just button mashes all the buttons, you know what I mean? Like, you want to use them individually and get the value out of each one. I'm not going to fully explain how to do it right here. You should just go watch a SLARK guide, but hopefully that kind of makes sense, that this wasn't perfect. You know, still gets the kill because CM's positioning is like, you know, she's literally blind, but still, he's going in. Dude, if these people just ran away, they wouldn't die. This guy should have, like, a kill with how he executes kills. Like, literally, dude. If the opponents just ran in a straight line away from this guy, they would almost never die. They all just man up. Oh my god, he's dead. Thank god someone punished this guy. He needed to get put in his place, even though I'm 100% sure he's just gonna keep diving. The crazy thing is, like, the way he plays, Shadowblade is so unfitting. Because, like, Shadowblade is an item that doesn't have, like, I mean, Blitz Knuckles is okay, right? As, like, a DPS item. but the overall buildup is not great compared to like having something like Wand plus Falcon Blade. The amount he could fight early game, which is what he's clearly doing, is so much higher, right? Falcon Blade Wand would let him engage and do these dive plays 10 times harder. Also, if he casted his spells better, he could basically infa dive. Alright, I actually like that he goes on AM there. It's really good pressure. It's good side lane pressure. He's willing to take risks. He also probably saw, hey, I'm level 10, I'm 3 levels up on this guy, make a play. I like that. I actually like him pushing in the dead lane here. Now, let's see if he ships clarities and switches to Intreads. What are you doing? Cast your Q! Shove in the weight! Intreads, cast Q, hit the range creep once, then hit a large creep, then hit the creep that's getting aggroed. You probably have no idea what I just said. Let me explain. Okay, when you're pushing in a creep wave as SLARK, your Q barely doesn't kill the range creep. It leaves it on like 1 HP, alright? So you got a Q, Intreads, right? Q, Agi-treads, hit the range creep. Then, after you hit the range creep, then you hit this creep. You see, this is the one that's getting gone on by your creeps. You don't hit that one. You don't hit that one. You hit the large creep. Then after you hit the large creep, this one will be in CS range. Then you hit that one. Then you hit this creep again. And that is how you kill it as fast as possible, which should be your goal, because then you want to go hit the smoke camp. My man is going to auto-attack the wave to death, which is disturbing, considering he maxed out his wave clear dude. Why didn't he farm the small camp? Oh my god, where are you going? You know they're not here. Look at the map. Maybe he's not looking at the map, which would be the first piece of advice I'd give to him. Okay, he's farming the camp on Intreads. I can't say I love that. Sees the clings, still has yet to ship a clarity or a wand, so he's gonna have infinite mana problems. Odds are, with the rate that he's playing, considering Shadowblade is 75 mana and all of his spells have high mana costs, he actually won't be able to cast all of his spells in the upcoming engagement, which, believe it or not, is a really bad thing. You want to cast your spells. So goes in, can't ulti, thankfully it's a wild outplay, is completely out of mana, thankfully gets Arcane booted. God bless whoever that was. He really should go just farm top right now. I think he's going to shove mid and get the regen rune. The problem with this is this regen rune isn't really close to any farm. I guess he could take the small camp and like run at AM, which is probably how this guy views the game. But generally what you want to do is just kind of shove this, shove this, shove this, shove this, shove this. If you're going to go Shadowblade, then you roam, then you get a kill if they're like in the area, blah, blah, blah. This guy's, you know, full maniac mode, which, you know, I guess I get. His team is 11k net worth ahead at minute 14. He could make any play and it's probably going to work out. But alright, let's see what he does. Okay, roaming on the Tusk. Alright. A little bit off on the Pounce. Slaughter manning up to 3 heroes. Pops his Q early. Again, ultis early. Literally nothing threatening him. Just using it to chase. Under a tier 2. Diving the tier 2. Has no Pounce. He's dead. I'm not really sure where I should start with what he did wrong. He didn't do anything right here. To be fair, this was not too bad. Because honestly, in this case, I'll give him a little bit. I'll give him a little bit. I'm being a little bit harsh, all right? This is just how I am, all right? But, to be fair, this QW here is pretty good. It's actually pretty good, right? To be fair, it's not bad. Because when you're getting a pick off, you actually do want to use your Q for damage, and you just want to kill them as fast as possible. So, Q pouncing here is pretty reasonable. I hate that he maxed out his E. Literally 1 point in Pounce is how you just feed a SLARK, because you never have Pounce. It actually ends up getting him killed, so his skill build literally kills him in 30 seconds here. But misses the Pounce. Okay, I'm okay with that. It is what it is, you know what I mean? Like, that's not the type of stuff I like to flame, because that's just practice, you know what I mean? I mean, so is, like, the rest of it, I guess, to some extent, but, you know, I can't really teach you how to hit a Pounce. I can say, like, hey, pay attention to the stun timer, but that's mostly going to come through practice. So I don't hate this. He keeps going, he keeps going. Here, he literally Qs nothing. He's just not... This is why SLARK is like one of the hardest heroes in the game. It's because every single one of your abilities can be used offensively and defensively. That's why this hero is hard. Because you gotta know when you're in danger, and that's really difficult. There's so many factors going on in Dota. But yeah, he just is kind of diving. Just pops his ulti. I think he wastes Q kind of again here. No, that Q is fine. But like, yeah. It just has no tanky items. Like, literally, if he maxed Pounce there and had Falcon Blade plus Wand, he would have been fine. I'm not kidding, guys. Like, I'm not kidding. He's curious to see what he does here. I actually would like to see him run at AM. Yeah, I like this. I like this. The Sam's really under farm. Unfortunately, he doesn't have Pounce maxed out, so his Pounce isn't going to last very long. Hey, good execution. Good stun stack there with the Jakiro. That was well done. That was good. That was really good. Okay, so once again, should farm the small camp. He's really, really bad at this. It's triggering to watch to some extent. he never, ever, ever is like efficient in his downtime, which is why these players almost never have good last hits. It's like, you get this kill, what's next? Last hits. I mean, that's how you have to think. This guy's basically kill, 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 kill. I know I say this in all my videos, but like literally that's what this bracket is. It's just like kill, 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 kill. You win if you get a lot of kills. Like, kind of. I mean, I phrased that wrong because people are going to think like, oh, so I should go for kills? Yes, you should go for kills, but you also need to farm in between, right? Because a lot of the time, there's nothing to do, and that's when you should be farming, right? And so here, he should be popping in shreds, farming the small camp to his south. It's 16-12, that means the wave's at about the tier 2, maybe slightly in front of it, and so he should farm the small camp and then go farm the wave. Instead, now he's late to this, doesn't use his Q, so he just misses a complete melee creep off the wave. Okay, he just doesn't use his Q. I mean, it's not too surprising. He's probably like, oh, I'm gonna run out of mana if I don't use my Q. It's like, no shit! It's because you have no mana items and never buy clarities. But like, alright, let's keep going. Diving. Okay, that pounce was fine. He sees AM. I feel like he's gonna run at him. He's gonna go high ground! Alright, my man's going high ground. Uh-oh. Looks like the enemy team is disconnected and or AFK. Looks like it's probably both here, because he's somehow high grounding as SLARK, one of the worst high ground heroes in the game, currently at 1200 HP, literally can die to like 3 nukes, going high ground, does back off eventually, I like that. Still, continuing to just auto-attack camps to death, has yet to use his Q this game. Alright, uses the first Q of the game on an ancient camp, very nice. Okay, finds the AM, actually good Shadow Blade and auto there. Doesn't look like they're gonna get the kill. AM is AFK, he could have blinked out, doesn't do it. Once again, SLARK is out of mana. Let's see what he does. He's gonna roam through the jungle. To be fair, I do like aggressive, honestly, I do like aggressive SLARK gameplay in the nighttime. If you guys don't know, SLARK has very heavy advantages when it comes to vision in the nighttime. So, yeah, I like this. Okay, once again, bit of a waste of Pounce. Clinks has no disengage ability, so you do not need to pounce away when he's behind you. But alright, so now he should run back to base. He's gonna run back to base. Don't TP bottom. Don't TP bottom. TP top and push in the wave. Okay. Alright. Alright. You know, I mean, he sort of got the idea to TP top, but oh my god, use the Aquila for mana. Oh my god! And by the way, I already can smell the comments. Dude, the comments on this video, guys, go look at the comments. It's like, and I know people are gonna do debate comments now, but like, literally, dude, unironically, when I don't say this, or like, even when I do say this, but the comments will be like, I can't believe this guy is Crusader. I'm Crusader as well, and I never do this. It's like, what I'd like to say is that this guy, what he's decent at for Crusader, is understanding, like, how to pressure people. His map awareness and going for kills is pretty fast, so he's like pretty quick, and his fight execution mid-game, while it's not great, it's like okay, right? It's okay. So that like, he's decent at that, right? Maybe he's not the best at farming, but honestly, 115 CS at 21 with like how bad he's been at farming is like not awful, right? It's actually not awful. So like, I'm being a little bit harsh, right? Like I be harsh so that you guys can really see what people are doing wrong. It makes it really obvious, and I think it's the best way to learn. You know, you really exaggerate things. So that's what I like to do. But to be fair, it's not like he's doing it completely wrong. He is farming the occasional camp. He farmed the occasional small camp, or the occasional ancient camp. He's not doing nothing. And like, he's pretty good at working with his team. But at the same time, I can tell you for a fact that if this guy loses lane, he's never going to be efficient enough in a losing game to come back. Like, that's the problem. And that's what the case is for most of the players in this bracket. It's like, they can snowball in winning games because they know how to like run at people, or sometimes they know how to run at people. But in losing games, they don't know how to split push and play for efficiency and just like maximize their farm. Right, and like this game shows me that. And even when they're winning, like let's say it's a closer game, it's not an absolute stomp, it's just like an even game. They're not going to be the guy who just like out farms. Like Arteezy is just going to have double their net worth every game, and they're going to take a team fight. Arteezy's just going to beat his ass, and he's going to come out of the jungle like 22 minutes in with like Manta Diffusal and half of Scotty, and the SLARK's going to have a Shadow Blade and 1200 HP. It's going to be like, who's going to win the man fight? It's probably not the SLARK, right? And that's what it's going to come down to. So. But alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. A little bit different. Just want to give like a very consistent take on what I think people are doing wrong. Hopefully you can notice it's a lot of things. I didn't even cover everything. You know, I nitpicked a lot, but that wasn't even close to everything. right? I could have flamed him for not calling Roche. I could have flamed him for not calling Smokes. I could have flamed him for his map movements more. You know, like, there's a million things. But just keep that in mind. That's why this game is so great. That's why we love this game. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace! And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the GameLeap website where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace!